Greetings. We're here in absolutely gorgeous Sydney, Australia for the Asia Pacific Impact Investing Summit. And I am thrilled to have as my first interview here for Impact Entrepreneur TV, the two co-founders of this incredible summit, Rob Irving and Alex Feher. And Rob, tell me, how many years has this summit been going now?
We had our first summit in 2015, so it's our 5th anniversary we're celebrating with Impact.
And what was the impulse behind starting it to begin with?
Well, you heard Charlie Kleisner yesterday. He zoomed in cyberspace, and Alex can tell you the story because Alex had been to a lunch in 2014 that was addressed by Charlie. And we meet in a coffee shop in Darlinghurst, which is a grungy little coffee shop where we hang out. And Alex said, I've just heard Charlie Kleisner speak for lunch. Rob, we have to do an impact investment summit. And I turned around and said, what is impact investment? And Alex could take it.
Alex, how about filling in that story? Now, Charlie Kleisner, of course, is the founder of the Tonic Angel Impact Investing Angel Network, which is a very important network and think tank in our space. Alex, give us some more background.
Yes, so I was a guest of Small Giants and Danny Almagore's little boardroom lunch when he brought Charlie to Australia in that time. And sitting around the table and seeing Charlie there with Lisa and him talking about 100% all in and talking about shifting this money to do good. It sort of was like the penny had just dropped in terms of how money can become very transformational. Like Rob and I both work in a transformational space. We work on this inner journey of people. We work on leadership. We try and get people, we try and get them to their full potential. But the missing piece for us was always, how do we use capital to do this? And when I heard Charlie, I said, wow, this just blew me away. So I got on the phone with Rob, and we have a long history many years ago of running big events. And we've done big stuff from in the internet. Nothing like this. Nothing with this passion. This is the best thing we've ever done. We're loving it.
So, Rob, who's here? Give me a sense of the kind of the breadth of the attendees.
Well, I think who's here, the people, first of all, the priority would be the people who helped us get this going, because we had to Google what impact investment was back in 2014 to really get a good definition of it. We landed on the GIN, the Global Impact Investment Network website, and that was really a very accurate and meaningful definition. And that's what inspired us to have envision a transformed economy where we can actually mobilize capital and community and money as a force for good. That was kind of where it all started. And the funny thing, I will answer your question, but the second year, guess who we had for lunch?
Who?
In Sydney, just the day before our Impact Investment Summit, Asia Pacific 2016. Amit Buri, Chief Executive of the GIN, and Abhilash, who was the Research Director at the time. And we had to pinch ourselves, given that we'd gone to Google and got onto GIN in 2014. That was followed by, the inspiration around this, which we shared, with people like Rosemary Addis, kind of came on board with the whole idea of running a summit to drive the ecosystem and the community. Kylie Charlton was another inspiring light, Andrew Tyndale, and a number of others. And they sit now on our advisory board. So we have an incredibly wise and expert advisory board to fill in the gap of our ignorance from the start, and we're gradually getting to know what's going down with impact investment after 5 years. But that advisory board is just has been, I think, a driving force of intellect and connection for this. And we arrived, I think 3 years ago, we arrived at a kind of a positioning, if you like, a mantra, which was wisdom, courage, and action.
Wisdom, courage, and action. Very nice. Alex, can you give me some thoughts on where you see the impact investing space right now in Australia and the Asia Pacific region?
So what we're seeing is a lot more institutional interest in impact investing. So we're starting to see the superannuation, big funds, where it's lots and lots of retirement money sitting, starting to say, well, how can we allocate some of our portfolio into impact investing? So it's starting to become more of a mainstream topic as opposed to this group of impact investors.
In terms of the ecosystem for around impact investing in Sydney and Australia as a whole, what needs to happen next? What's going to make it even stronger? Do you need more international connections? Do you need more support from a broader array of stakeholders in Australia, in Sydney? And where is the kind of conventional financial ecosystem in relation to this emerging node around impact investing?
Really good question. The institutional involvement, and I think that's increasing now. I think in the beginning, we targeted, for the first summit, we were actually targeting the supply side, and there were very few in the supply side where the money's coming from into the deals and getting the deals. That was difficult. But that's broadening out now. You're getting more and more people in the institutional space, as Alex was saying. We're getting more investors, more family foundations, and I think there's a growing momentum of acceptance and drive for making money make a difference in our world. And Alex used the word mainstream. I think that's where it's heading. But I think the conversations that happen here, from global perspectives, we have 117 speakers this year, 23 of whom are from overseas, and they're having a huge influence and their know-how and insights on how people are thinking. And I think our goal is through the conversations and through the voices to transform people's minds and drive their values towards money in a values-based way. I think that's and the more and more people who talk about it, it's like yeah. How do you change the world? One on one, one by one, and there are more and more of them.
Rob, Alex, thank you so much for what you're bringing to this part of the world and your passion for impact investing and entrepreneurship. Really appreciate you taking the time out.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Laurie.